Do you know what the most costly natural disaster is every year worldwide? Flooding. $390 billion every year in damages. And I'm telling you right now, forget those multi-billion-dollar concrete flood walls that fail during heavy rain every time. The absolute best solution for flood control has been around for thousands and thousands of years. I'm talking about a 50-pound rodent with orange teeth. Yeah, beavers. As a wildlife biologist, I'm telling you, reintroducing beavers might be the smartest climate adaptation we have. What if the answer to paralyzing floods wasn't bigger pipes, higher walls, and more concrete, but more rodents? It might sound absurd, but across the UK, Europe, North America, beavers are proving they are ecosystem engineers, capable of slowing floodwaters, recharging groundwater, and restoring biodiversity and saving the government and people millions. Today, we're going to dive into how beaver dams actually control floods, real-world case studies where they've worked, why engineered infrastructure keeps failing, and why rewilding with beavers might be our best long-term defense. Alright, first up, why our flood systems fail. Modern cities were built to move water away as fast as possible. Straightened rivers, concrete channels, storm drains, impermeable surfaces. This creates a simple but dangerous equation. Fast water equals high flood peaks downstream. When intense rainwater hits, water surges through these hardened systems like a fire hose, narrowing. That traditional flood control relies on dams, levees, seawalls. But these systems, they fail catastrophically, are expensive to maintain, push risk downstream, they disrupt ecosystems, and as rainfall becomes more intense, with climate change, they increasingly overwhelmed. And we've engineered rivers to behave like plumbing. But rivers are ecosystems, and ecosystems, they regulate themselves. Beavers are nature's hydraulical engineers. Beavers don't fight water, they slow it. When beavers build dams, several powerful things happen. Water velocity drops. How does this happen? Dams spread water laterally across floodplains. Instead of a flash flood wave racing downstream, water is held and gradually released. Then they have groundwater recharge. Water seeps into the soil, raising local water tables. What does this mean? Less surface runoff, more drought resilience, cooler stream temperatures. Look at Florida right now. It's experiencing northern Florida the worst flooding in 26 years. Sediment capture. Beaver ponds trap sediments that would otherwise clog downstream infrastructure. Then you have biodiversity explosion. Wetlands form, and then you get an increasing fish populations, amphibians, insects, birds. They don't just reduce floods. They restore entire ecosystems. And they do it for free. Then, let's get into the real-world success stories. Here's some evidence for you. Pickering, North Yorkshire. Slowing the flow. In Pickering, a town that was repeatedly devastated by floods, a natural flood management project was launched. Instead of building a massive concrete wall, they restored woody debris, connected floodplains, encouraged natural water retention. While not solely a beaver release site at first, the principles mirrored beaver engineering. They basically went out and created a beaver dam. In this, and later, then the beaver presence enhanced the system. During major storms in 2015, Pickering avoided any catastrophic flooding. And guess what happened in nearby towns? Massive flooding. They didn't have that protection of the beaver dams. Water was slowed upstream, exactly how beavers operate. Let's look at Devon. Devon beaver trial. In Devon, beavers were reintroduced in a river catchment. Researchers found significant reduction in peak water flow during the storms, slower runoff after heavy rainfall, increased fish populations, improved water quality, and during intense rainfall, beaver dams reduced flood peaks downstream, acting like a network of tiny natural retention basins. Instead of one massive dam that can fail, you have dozens of flexible microdams that adapt and they self-repair. Now let's head over to the United States. Washington State and Utah. Parts of the United States, land managers actively relocated beavers to degraded watersheds. What happened? An increased wetland area, reduced wildfire severity due to those moist landscapes, slower snowmelt runoff, improved drought resistance. Utah studies show that the beaver complexities significantly increased water storage across entire valleys. That watershed scale engineering done by animals. All right, why beaver dams work better than concrete? Concrete, its infrastructure is rigid. A beaver system is dynamic. When rain hits, water overtops gently. Dams leak slowly. New dams are built upstream. It's decentralizing flood control. If one dam fails, another one still functions. It's redundancy, something modern infrastructure often lacks. And here's the biological perspective. Beavers evolved for millions of years. You had prehistoric massive beavers for all across North American watersheds. Our rivers co-evolved with them. Removing beavers during the 16 and 1700s during the fur trade fundamentally changed hydrology across continents. Reintroducing them isn't just adding something new. It restores missing ecological process. Next, rewilding as a climate infrastructure. Rewilding isn't just about wolves and forests. It's about restoring the full ecological function. And beavers increase the carbon storage of wetlands. They improve biodiversity. They build natural fire breaks. They enhance water security. They turn reactive disaster spending that takes years to approve and build. Beavers, they'll start working immediately. Now, the real concerns. Here's your balanced perspective. Are beavers perfect? No. They can flood farmland. They can block culverts. They can fell ornamental trees. But coexistence tools exist. Flow devices such as beaver deceivers, tree guards. Strategic relocation, when managed properly, benefits far outweigh conflict. As science is increasingly clear, beavers are not really pests. They're our partners. Now we can keep boring billions into concrete systems. And what are they going to keep doing? Failing under pressure. Or we can work with nature's original engineers. Now the next time you see a beaver dam, you might not be looking at a nuisance. You might be looking at future climate resilience. Remember, no species overlooked.